Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
We've reached the midway point of the 2023 regular season. Seems like it just started, a day ago. But we blink, and suddenly the Panthers are 5-0, atop the Central League, atop District 1 5A, and still have a pretty steep mountain to climb over the next 5 weeks leading into the District 1 playoffs. Standing in their way tonight on a newly refurbished field house complex at a beautiful setup overall here at Radnor High School, the Raptors of Radnor, hosting tonight and looking to pull the big upset here in Week 6 action in the Central League. Good evening, everybody. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play on a moist evening here in St. David's as the Panthers coming in feeling pretty good with 5 wins in 5 tries. But again, tonight we'll have their hands full with Radnor with a strong-armed quarterback, a good passing attack, and a little bit of confidence for the Raptors, who have played fairly well over the last couple weeks after a slow start. So looking forward to a good game tonight. Turf is a little bit wet. It's been off and on drizzling over the last hour or so. We'll keep an eye on the radar. Looks like we'll be in good shape here for the rest of the evening, at least through the end of the game. And then we hang on to our hats overnight, I guess, with more rain coming. But in the meantime, Mike Mayer here to join us as always. And Mike, again, hard to believe we're halfway through the season, but with all of the graduation losses that the Panthers had last year, what they have had coming back, that offensive line has done the job overall over the first 5 weeks.
It's been, out of 5 games, 3 of them have been really tight. 2 of them have been tight enough. It's not the explosive offense that I think we sort of anticipated. We're not too sure why. And as much of that reason may be as good as the competition is this year. I think you saw that in the Daily Times today in Matt Smith's article where, boy, the Central League is just a tight group. Even those teams that are like Radnor 1-4, they're not losing by much. They're in the games. They're not the blowout scores. Even the Garnet Valleys are, blowing people away. Ridley, not only not blowing people away, they're trying to win a few. So, it's a very different Central League than we're used to. And, of course, we won't even play Conestoga, which is doing their own thing as well. So it's hard to say where this is all headed, and as you pointed out, we got some tough battles. Next week will be the game of the week for the entire Delco area. Garnet Valley versus Strath Haven at Garnet Valley.
Game of the week? Might be game of the season.
Well, it could be. There's so many close calls right now. And of course then the question becomes when we all get into the playoffs, the better teams, are we going to be up against some really good teams, or is the Central League so good this year that we'll just roll these guys down? So it's going to be an interesting year. Quite frankly, it's always an interesting year. But this has been a different kind of interesting. We don't have – there's no team that I would absolutely bet money on that would – well, I don't bet money on teams anyway, but there's no team that would bet money on that would that I would, say an absolute blowout or an absolute win. I think – what we're seeing this year is any two of these teams come into a field on Friday night and pay attention because it could go either way.
Could go either way indeed, and that's what second-year coach Kyle Yeiter is counting on tonight. Radnor comes in at 1-4. Really tough first 3 weeks of the season. We're in games that were not terribly close, but then pulled out a last-minute victory over Upper Moreland, who's, again, solidly in the 5A playoff picture. Had a block punt in the final minute to win that game 26-20, and then hung with a pretty solid Conestoga team a week ago. So the Raptors on their home turf tonight looking to deny head coach Kevin Clancy and the Panthers win number 6. And for Coach Clancy, if things go well for the Panthers tonight, you're looking at career victory number 350. So sitting at 349 career wins. He probably doesn't know that unless his family members have told him. He's not tracking that. Coach Clancy is going to tell you, we have to worry about Radnor tonight, and then we'll worry about Garnet Valley next week, and the week after that we'll worry about Marple Newtown.
Right.
But, boy, this is it's been fun to watch, and when you're looking at a career that goes back to the Archbishop Carroll days, in the early part of his career, just up the street here. And then since 1991 at Strath Haven, now over 40 years of just fantastic football, and quite a legacy, obviously. But the legacy for this group of Panthers still to be determined over the next 5 weeks. And as we mentioned, big game tonight. Maybe a bigger game, obviously, with Garnet Valley. They are at home tonight with Lower Merion. There's a very good chance that those Strath Haven and Garnet Valley could both be undefeated in the league when they go head-to-head next Friday over in Glen Mills. But then, no rest for the weary. Marple, after really getting handled by Springfield, bounced back and shut out Ridley last week. So Marple is ready to rock and roll as well. They're at home tonight against Mastery North Charter, so they should have some momentum over the next couple weeks. And it will be no rest for the weary, as I mentioned, over the next month plus leading into those playoffs. So we'll try to keep you posted on other scores as well around Delaware County tonight. Chester and Westchester Henderson should be a good one. Coatesville and Westchester Ruston could be very interesting. And then the other one, two Strath Haven opponents from a couple weeks back, Springfield and Pencrest, could be very interesting as well. And we'll try to keep you posted as we get score updates from there. For the Panthers tonight, looks like Mackay Clark is back in uniform. We'll see how much he contributes, but good to see him back. A.J. Glavichik and Dan Lash, two more seniors still out of the lineup, and we hold our breath and cross our fingers and wish those seniors back onto the field sometime soon. Several Radnor players out of the lineup tonight as well, but we'll get to those starters shortly. But in the meantime, we're just waiting for the players to make their way out to the field. Strath Haven in their road whites. They are making their way out of that new field house and locker room to the left of the screen. Silver helmets, black pants with black numerals on the jerseys, and over headed towards the far sideline are the Raptors of Radnor in their burgundy jerseys, black helmets, black pants with white numerals. Set up over here is the press box circumstance stayed the same, which is a little bit different, where you have the press box on the visiting sideline. So the bands, they'll have their back to us, I would think, at halftime and so forth. But in the meantime, right here in front of us and heading our way in the picture is your Strath Haven Panthers at 5-0. Thanks again to Mike Clancy, who's running the camera upstairs out there in the weather. Great job as always. And Andrew Kaufman helping with the stats. And welcome back to Pete Fulgenetti. We've missed him over the last few weeks. Good to see Pete here back in business and helping with the spotting and halftime chatter as always.
I was surprised there was enough room for the hospital bed, but we fit it in here, so that's all right.
Pete did just fine making his way in here on his own. And again, just thrilled to have him back. And I know plenty of other people were asking about him over the last few weeks too. And again, great to see him back in action. Strath Haven captains getting ready to meet at midfield. Jake Kitchen wearing number 6, joined by number 77, Bill Brown. Number 20 is Marco Kaufman, and number 8 is Ryan Henry. For the Raptors, not in uniform tonight, in street clothes, wearing number 14, and out of the lineup is Jack Jordan. 55 is two-way lineman Sam Murphy. Number 12 is Tucker Graham, who will be defensive back and slot back. And joined as well by number 5, Henry Faragalli, who will play on the defensive side of the ball for Radnor. So, coin toss at midfield, and we'll keep an eye on the wind. It's blowing left to right just a bit at the moment, but again, just had some wild weather here in the Delaware Valley over the last couple weeks. We had a couple nice days, and now suddenly, just in time for football, some wind and rain in the forecast. But seems like there's no lightning or thunder in the mix, knock on wood, so should be in good shape to get it going tonight. So Strath Haven deferred, and we'll kick it away. Radnor will get their offense on the field to start the game tonight, and should be a lot of fun.
Always is. Can't wait to get going here.
Band is bundled up and ready to go. Nick Pignataro and plenty of other help here has the band just below us to our right. And I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. The colors are out on the field at the 30-yard line, and we'll await a signal for the national anthem from our PA announcer in just a moment.
The PA announcer that it's not present.
Okay, so we're just waiting on the PA announcer, I guess. And in the meantime, we'll keep it right here and see what's going on. So we'll try to get maybe some Twitter updates, as I mentioned, some of those big games tonight. Another one up in the Pac-10 that should be interesting, a backyard brawl there. Methacton and Perk Valley. We'll try to keep you posted on that one as well. But I think we're just waiting for the PA.
Or get the Star Spangled Banner started.
Play the Star Spangled Banner without announcement, perhaps. Okay, well, why don't we take a short time out, be back for the tail end of the national anthem. Stick with us. Be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorean Weekly newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
That's the Radnor marching unit blasting out the Star Spangled Banner and ready to rock and roll here from St. David's. So looking forward to the Panthers kicking it away, moving left to right here. It'll be Ian Gallagher, the junior, right off the soccer field. Kickoff specialist. He'll have it teed up here momentarily, and the Panthers need to get things started the right way here against an offense that is likely going to test them through the air tonight with Matt Shaholski ready to throw it. And again, should be an interesting test here. We mentioned a week ago, 21-7 was the final, Radnor falling to Conestoga. But that game was 7-7 late in the first half. Yep. And we'll go from I think it's going to be interesting tonight. On paper, this screams all Panthers. I have a good feeling that Radnor's in to put up a battle tonight. Mike Enright is awaiting the kickoff just inside the 10-yard line to the near side here. Ian Gallagher just inside the far hash. Bryce Cohen over on the far hash just inside the 10 as well. And Strath Haven waits for the signal from the official. Gallagher will take a look and then walk off his steps, and I guess we're still waiting for an official here. Strath Haven band is certainly ready. Oh, okay.
To get reset.
Okay.
Clock's currently showing zeros.
Okay. Waiting on the game clock on the scoreboard to our right. And a couple technical difficulties here.
He's got it now.
Clock's ready to go.
Here we are.
All right, here we go. Ian Gallagher ready to tee it up and ready to go here for Strath Haven. Cohen and Enright await. Line drive kickoff. This will be Enright. Takes it off his chest at the 10, picks it up at the 12-yard line, steps up the middle and runs into James Fisher just across the 20. So good coverage there from the Panthers. And the Radnor offense will show up first here. Matt Shaholski is your quarterback. John Belleville is your running back. Slot back Tucker Graham, along with Bryce Cohen. Tyler Vitale and Austin Havertine are your wide receivers. Centers Christian Daniels, left guard and right guard are Callum Peoples and Sam Murphy, respectively. And the tackles Alex Gaskell and Charlie Nevins. We'll see Luke Riley at times as well, perhaps. But we'll get to the Panther defense after this. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. Radnor ready to go. First down give, and Tucker Graham slips one tackle from Curtis, but then 4 other white jerseys swallow him up back at the 19-yard line. Curtis into the backfield, wreaking havoc. And then got some help from Cole Miller, Sean Henry, and others. Loss on the play. Panther defense includes up front Jahai Curtis, Cole Miller, Alexi Gustafson, and Vince Hales. Sean Henry and Shane Green, your outside backers. Marco Kaufman in the middle. Corners are Jack Schuster and Grayson LaFrance. James Fisher and Ben Milligan are your safeties. On 2nd down and about 13 or 14 now. Shaholski with the back on his hip. Motion man is Cohen. They give inside for a couple. Back near the original, I'd say still short of the original line of scrimmage by a few yards, goes number 4, Lionel Dunbar. So Dunbar for a couple, but now still looking at 3rd down and about 13 here. So Dunbar for, call it 3. 3rd and 13, Panthers trying to force an early 3 and out. Split to the far side, top of your screen is Tyler Vitale. To the near side is Enright. Trips to the right for Shaholski, who's back on 3rd and 13. Up to throw it for the first time. Down the seam he goes. He's got a man out there. It is caught. Tackle made immediately, but nice grab there by Bryce Cohen. Schuster on the stop, but not before he picks up the 38-yard line and a first down.
That was quite a play. That quarterback got crunched at the end, but he got the ball off, and the kid made a great leap and made the catch.
Gain of 18 for Bryce Cohen, who had 6 carries for 48 yards a week ago, 2 catches for 21. Give him 18 on his first catch of the night, 3-year starter wearing number 24. He lines up slot to the near side alongside of Tucker Graham. Graham was the starting quarterback a year ago. He's doing an all-purpose thing now. Shaholski gives to Dunbar, looking for room off the right side, turns the corner across the 40, slips down on the cutback at about the 44, maybe 45, brings up 2nd down and 3. Nice first down play there for the Raptors as Dunbar picks up 7. And 2nd down and 3 upcoming. Panther defense coming into tonight had held opposing offenses to just a 35% conversion rate on 3rd down. But they gave up 3rd and 13 there, and now nice field position and a very manageable 2nd and 3 coming up here for Radnor at their own 45-yard line. Graham to the near side, I formation behind Shaholski, who's under center for the first time. Slow on the snap, and right into the backfield goes Alexi Gustafson to blow it up. It looked like that snap came early, or everybody else was late.
Nobody moved.
Nobody really moved except the ball and Alexi Gustafson, who makes the stop back at the 41-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play for Dunbar, and it turns it into 3rd down and about 7. So Panthers defensive line active early. And now a quick substitution. Belleville out, Vitale in, and also checking out Michael Enright. Now Enright actually stays in, but lines up to the slot to the far side. All right, Radnor getting everybody lined up in the no huddle here. 3rd down and about 7. Shaholski takes the shotgun snap, looks, has a nice pocket, fires down the seam, deflected and incomplete. Schuster converging quickly. Pass intended for Tucker Graham right at the sticks, but incomplete. It falls, and the Panthers force Radnor into a punt formation here on 4th and 7. Into punt, number 34, Noah Wampole. Panthers send Ben Milligan deep to return at the 30-yard line. James Fisher floating back there as well. But Wampole awaits the punt snap at his own 25-yard line. 8:13 to play here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven looking to get the ball for the first time here. Low wobbly snap, they scramble for it. It's loose and recovered on the snap. Jai Curtis with a fumble recovery back at the 27-yard line. Big play from the junior lineman. And the Panthers in terrific field position to start things now at the 27-yard line off the low snap. So, Panther offense tonight looks like this. Jake Kitchens, your quarterback. Shane Green at fullback. Halfbacks are James Fisher and Marco Kaufman. You may see Mekhi Clark at times as well. The tight ends, Cole Miller and Alexi Gustafson. Carter Law is your center. Gavin Pilson and Jackson Jeremiah, the guards. Will Luthold and Billy Brown are your tackles. On first down, the give is James Fisher off the right side. He'll cut it back for a few. Down inside the 25 to about the 23. Gain of 4 for Fisher on his first carry of the day. Radnor defense up front. They're down 4 is Emmanuel Dorcherry, Sam Murphy, Alex Gaskell, and John Belville. Linebackers Lionel Dunbar, Mason Shea, Henry Faragalli. Your corners Justin Odorizio and Mike Enright. Tucker Graham and Bryce Cohen are your safeties. 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. They shift wing to the left. Fisher, he comes in motion. Give is the fullback Shane Green. On the cutback into the secondary he goes. They sling him down, but not before he picks up the 13-yard line. And another Panther first down. Put Green down on the 13, give him 10. And that's a good sign for the Panther offense with getting positive yards on ISO, which of course is a big-time staple of this offense. Just hasn't gone all that well through the first 5 weeks. Green is your fullback again. 1st and 10 off the left side this time. This is Kaufman. He pushes his way inside the 10, inside the 5, down near first down yardage. We'll see. But the Panthers just physical up front here.
Jackson Jeremiah pulled and led the block. He was terrific. Just cleared the lane.
All right, so check the spot here. Officials talking things over. Not sure what the question is.
There's no flag on the field, is there?
No, you're looking at 2nd and inches maybe. They've not yet spotted the football. Clock ticks, 7:05. They do stop the clock here. 7:05 to play here in the opening quarter. If you're just joining us, Radnor picked up one first down.
There was a flag.
There is a flag.
Okay.
Illegal use of the hands. But they're calling it a spot foul. So I think you're back to.
So are we back to first down?
Back to 2nd and 10. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, first down, I guess. It was first down. All right, illegal use of the hands for the Panthers. Call it 1st and 11. So wipe out a gain of 10 for Kaufman. He lines up in the backfield with Shane Green. Wing to the left is James Fisher on 1st and 10. There's a sweep to the near side. Fisher trying to get the corner. Good speed across the 10. Inside the 5. Dives for the pylon. And he is, out of bounds, just shy of the pylon. Put him down at the 1-yard line. Gain of 13 for James Fisher, just turning the corner with that speed. Panthers 1st and goal to go at the 1. And 4 cracks at it from the 1. And we've seen this before. Panthers just trying to stay clean and execute without penalties here. Tight end to the left is Jack Schuster. On 1st and goal from the 1. There's a give inside. This is Green into the end zone for a touchdown. Shane Green on the board early. And the Panthers cash in on a short field with 6:54 to play here in the opening quarter. 6-0 Strath Haven, extra point pending. Good start there for the Panther defense, and a good finish from the offense, Mike.
Yep, absolutely. And that one penalty for 10 yards, we've seen that happen so often so close to the goal line, but they recovered from it.
On for the extra point, Ben Milligan. It is blocked. Crashing through the middle of the line. Not sure who got a hand on it. There were 4 burgundy jerseys crashing through there, and extra point no good. So, Strath Haven 6. Radnor nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. See if Radnor can answer when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpagnatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Strath Haven 6, Radnor nothing with 6:54 to play here in the opening quarter. Jahai Curtis picks up a fumble at the 27-yard line, sets up a four-play scoring drive. Covers 27 yards, and Shane Green into the end zone on the 1-yard plunge. Green's 3rd rushing touchdown of the season after 2 receiving touchdowns a week ago against Upper Darby. All right, Gallagher. High, end over end kick. This will be Enright, catching it on the dead run at the 19-yard line. Looking for room up the near hash. Lowers the shoulder, runs over Kaufman, but gets wrapped up there by Lynn and Nick Faribaugh out at the 37-yard line. So good work there by Enright to get things started for Radnor. I'll finish up my tweet here, Mike.
Go ahead. Yeah, now we got to worry about whether that 1 point's going to mean anything. Obviously, these games have been close, and 1 point gets a little scary. So we'll see. Of course, they could try to recover if they get another score on a 2-point conversion, and we're about ready for Radnor to snap.
1st and 10 from the 37. Shaholski in the gun, trips to the right side, high snap, and that disrupted everything. Into the backfield quickly. For the stop is Vince Hales. A tackle for loss back inside the 35. They'll put him down at the 33, so loss of 4 on the play. Vince Hales exploded that time, and again, that high snap puts everybody in a bad spot, doesn't it? Well, if you're an offensive player.
Right, the defense loves it.
All right, they'll try again here. Radnor now from their own 34. Dunbar sets up slot right this time as they move Bryce Cohen into the backfield. All right. 2 receivers to either side for Shaholski. Cohen goes in motion. They look to the flat here and then dump it underneath. And a catch and a thunderous hit. Absolutely decleated by Marco Kaufman at the 32-yard line. They'll lose a yard. I like the design of the play where you bring Cohen to the near side and then throw behind it. But Kaufman stayed home and unloaded for a loss of a yard. My goodness. 3rd and 15 now for Radnor. Panther defense ready to go.
Well, get ready to go is probably an understatement at this stage of the game.
Goodness gracious.
It's like they're smelling blood in the water.
All right, here we are. Midway through this first quarter now, 5:18 and counting to play. 6-0 Strath Haven, 3rd and long, high snap. Shaholski in trouble, floats it out to the flat, incomplete. Good heads-up play from Shaholski with Vince Hales breathing down his neck. Dumps it incomplete to the far side, intended for Cohen, but he did well just to get rid of it after another high snap.
Yeah, that was smart football. You don't want to get buried back at another 10 yards and then have to kick out of your own red zone.
So Noah Wampole will get another try at it to punt. Never got the first one away as it was a low snap. Jahai Curtis came bearing down and recovered the fumble. So see if the Panthers come after this one again. Ben Milligan awaits at his own 35 for the punt from Wampole. On 4th and long. Snap is a good one this time, and he gets it away. It's a wobbler. Takes a hop. Ben Milligan, good heads-up play to run away from that one, as that one was skidding across the 35-yard line. Rolls down to the Panther 26. So nice job there by Wampole to tilt the field there. 42 on the punt, no return, and Strath Haven with a much longer look at the field now after a 27-yard scoring drive the first time they took their shot on offense. So in the early going, again, granted, it's just 4 plays, but the Panthers with a distinct size advantage on the edges at tight end and tackle. Wouldn't surprise me to see if the Panthers pound away on the edges again here. First down, and there it is. Give is to James Fisher, who lowers the shoulder, runs over a man to pick up the 34-yard line there. Gain of 8 for Fisher. Brings up 2nd down and short after Bryce Cohen hangs on for the tackle. 2nd down and 2 as Jake Kitchen jogs in the play from the Panthers sideline. 4:38 and counting to play here in a fast-moving first. Strath Haven 6, Radnor nothing. Tight end to the near side is Sean Henry. On 2nd and short, quick hitter right up the middle. First down yardage for Shane Green, who lowers the pads and drives forward across the 40, still on his feet, and it'll take 4 red jerseys to pull him down at the 40-yard line. Tough running there for Green, and a gain of 6 more to move the sticks. Nice start here for Panther offense. This drive started at their own 26, and now 1st and 10 at the 40 on the far hash. Wind at their back now, pretty steady. The Panthers are under center with 2 tight ends. Cole Miller back into the game as a tight end to the near side. Toss play to the near side as well. Here comes James Fisher. Tries to get a block on the edge, does, and stretches forward to about the 48. So another gain of 8 with Shane Green leading the way, blocking, and James Fisher in the early going here, 33 yards on just 4 carries.
Well, they're just eating up yards as they go. It's Radnor's got to do something to make some kind of a stop here.
Radnor is definitely outsized up front. They're just, as you said, Mike, I don't know if it's a stunt or take some chances with the linebackers, but 8, now 9 in the box here for Radnor on 2nd and 2. Give straight up the middle. This is Marco Kaufman, pushes his way down inside the Radnor 45 to the 43. 44 we'll call it, and another first down. 8 more for the Panthers. That's first carry of the night officially for Kaufman.
The only way to make this work when you're oversized is your front 4 have to kind of torpedo at the ground and try to gunk up the hole, so at least the running back has to go outside. That may not be a help, however.
Double wing, motion man is Kaufman. They give to Green. Off left tackle, straight ahead he goes. Across the 30, down near the 25-yard line. Shane Green rips off a bundle. Give him 19 and a huge hole for the Panther junior. 36 yards on just 4 carries for Green, including the Panther touchdown. And Strath Haven on the move again, approaching the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. We'll try to get you other scores momentarily. But 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. Play fake and back to pass. Kitchen fires to the flat, looking for Green. He's got it at the 20. 15, still on his feet, and down inside the 15. We'll put him down at the 10. 15 more yards. Kitchen to Green. They connected 3 times last week, and same play, similar result. First down, Panthers. First down markers. The chains are on the ground on the far sideline. Panthers 1st and goal to go. Nose of the football on the 10. Jake Kitchen, 5 out of 8 throwing it last week. 3 short touchdown passes. So he's had a good rhythm the last couple of weeks. Here's Kaufman off the left side. He'll cut it back and push his way down to the 5. Marco Kaufman met there by a handful of tacklers, including big number 11 in the middle. That's Shea. I'm going to call it 4 down to the 10. Or down to the 6, rather. Clock ticks, 2:09, 2:08 and counting to play here in the first quarter. Strath Haven 6, Radnor nothing, and the Panthers looking for more. Sean Henry, tight end to the left. Cole Miller, tight end to the right. Motion man is Kaufman. They give instead to Green, who's met by Shea and Dunbar quickly that time. Nice job by the Radnor linebackers filling the hole.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was a nice hole. It was open momentarily, but they filled it right up, and that stopped that play. Now the Panthers are in a 3rd and goal. This is and they're from the 4, so this is not easy pickings here.
Well, as I've heard assistant coach Dan Schaefer say, you only need half of it. This is likely 4-down territory. I mean,
no doubt about
certainly
it.
in field goal range, but 2 cracks at it here from the 4-yard line. 3rd down and goal. T formation behind Kitchen. Give is to Fisher, looking for room off the edge. He cuts inside and into the end zone for a touchdown. James Fisher in from the 4, and the Panthers with an impressive 74-yard scoring drive to go up by 2 scores. Well, good fake inside, had some people biting, and then Fisher sweeps to the edge. And it looks
tough to beat around the corner like that.
Here.
Yeah, have to go for
after
2.
the missed extra point.
Absolutely.
Trying to get back on schedule here. The Panthers will go for 2 with 1:11 to play here in the first. All right. So 4-yard scoring run from James Fisher. He is in the backfield with Green. Give is to Fisher. They run power off the right side, and he is stopped shy of the end zone. Nice work right there.
Yep.
By number 23 rather. That's John Belville on the stop, so 2-point try, no good. Panthers still leading 12-0. Be back in just a moment for the latter part of this first quarter on havenfootball.net.
Volunteer with South Media Fire Company, serving Nether Providence Township and Rose Valley Borough, where you and your unique skills and passions are wanted. Volunteering with South Media Fire Company isn't just about responding to emergency calls, it's about building lifelong connections. As a volunteer, you'll forge friendships that extend beyond the firehouse while serving your community. For more information, please visit us at southmediafire.com.
.111 to go here in the opening quarter. Strath Haven on top of Radnor, 12-0. But the only thing hasn't gone right for the Panthers thus far is the extra point attempts. Had the first one blocked when they kicked it, and then a two-point try falls, or I shouldn't say fall, but stopped inches short by Radnor linebacker John Belville. So, Panthers get the defense ready to go again, and Radnor looking for a spark here. Bryce Cohen over on the far hash, Enright to the near side. And Ian Gallagher approaches. Another line drive kick, end over end. Comes down Enright at the 8-yard line. Looking for room, straight up the middle he goes. Gets a block, and then is tackled at about the 31-yard line. That was Marco Kaufman hanging on. Got some help there from Sean Henry, so your two linebackers combine on the special team stop at the 32-yard line. So Radnor needs to get something going here. Had an 18-yard pass play, and almost everything else has been about negative yardage.
Well, they've had trouble getting the ball off the center. That's been issue number one.
Negative yardage here for Radnor. Negative total yards on the stat sheet. They've had their moments, but not consistent so far. I formation. Receivers are split. On first down, the give is to Cohen, who's going to stretch out to about the 34, maybe the 34, maybe the 33, we'll call it. Cohen following Belville through the hole there, and Panthers wrap him up quickly, brings up second down and 9. So, clock ticks. 45 seconds and counting to play here in the first quarter. Tight end to the near side, John Belville. Dunbar's your fullback. Dotting the I as the tailback is Bryce Cohen. On 2nd and 9, Chahulski. One-step drop. Fires to the right flat. Incomplete. Intended for Enright over on the far sideline, but 3rd and 9 is where we stand now.
Well, with all the little drizzling we've had, I think it's stopped for the most part, but I'm sure that field is still wet, and so is that ball.
Indeed. With 23 seconds to go here, Radnor picked up a first down on 3rd and 13 on the opening drive and has not been able to convert since. Trying to change that here in just a moment. Looks like Chahulski will stay in the shotgun now. Dunbar on his left hip. Two receivers to either side. Graham slot to the near side. On 3rd down and 9. Back Chahulski, good pocket. Down the seam he goes. He's got Enright. Makes the grab at the 50-yard line and tumbles down to the Panther 41. Right down the seam they go. Good delivery. Good catch. And they'll say his knee touchdown at the 44. Excellent job right there.
Well, you know, that's a well-covered pass in high school.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, you get a guy drop in like that, it's going to be tough to play.
Gain of 22 for Enright. 1st and 10 from the Panther 44-yard line. Backs to either side of Chahulski in the gun. Cohen on his left hip, Dunbar on the right. And that should do it for the first quarter. Yeah, I was going to say they'll probably let this tick, flip sides of the field, and see if Radnor can get something going here when we start the second quarter. Stick with us. Strath Haven 12, Radnor nothing. Be back in just a moment for second quarter action on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Prevost Field at Radnor High School. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Mike Mayer, Andrew Kaufman, and Pete Fulgenetti here in the booth with me. Upstairs is Mike Clancy doing all the fantastic camera work. Strath Haven leads 12-0 as we start the second quarter. Radnor just converted a 22-yard pass play to take it into Strath Haven territory for the first time tonight. From the 44, Shaholski with Dunbar and Cohen on either side of him. They fire to the flat. It is complete for a short gain out near the Panther 40. In on the tackle, Shane Green, but looks like Graham will pick up the 41. So gain of 3, first catch of the night for Tucker Graham. All right. Split to the near side, Vitale. Graham and Cohen in the slot to the right of the formation on 2nd down and 7. So no huddle. Shaholski getting the plays signaled in from the far sideline. Dunbar in the backfield on 2nd and 7. The junior, Shaholski, takes the snap and hands to Dunbar, who's going nowhere. Into the backfield again immediately was Vince Hales on the stop. Dunbar did well just to get back to the 42, so loss of a yard on the play.
Another high snap. Not terribly high, but just enough to throw off the whole timing of the play.
3rd and 8 upcoming. Radnor trying to draw up something down the seam again. That's worked a couple of times. See if the Panthers can bring some pressure here with the front 4. All right, 2 receivers to either side for Shaholski in the gun. Dunbar alongside of him as the fullback. On 3rd and 8, back, looks down the seam again, has a man, and is caught once again. Panthers have to find a way to slow that down, but another big gain down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 23 as Enright, 22 a moment ago, 23 on that one, and another first down. Excellent throw.
Yeah, excellent throw. Not badly covered again. I mean, not greatly covered, but it was, for high school, pretty good, and it's just quarterback's right on the money.
Enright, your leading receiver, 2 catches for 45 yards now. He's split to the bottom of your screen, lined up with Jack Schuster. Graham to the far side, I formation behind Shaholski. They give it to Cohen, who makes 1-man miss, 2-man miss, bounces to the left and takes it on in. A 20-yard scoring run, and a little bit of magic there from Bryce Cohen. Made several Panthers miss, and Radnor has cut the lead in half, 12-6, extra point pending.
Yeah, we'll see what the extra point can do. That could, those extra points can start making a big difference here.
10:08 to play here in the first half. And a little muddle huddle action here for Radnor. Now Graham picks up the kicking block, puts it down at the 10, and now a more traditional extra point formation with Noah Wampole on as your kicker. 12-6. Wampole on for the extra point try. Snap is a good one. Kick is away. It is plenty long enough and sneaks it inside the left upright. 12-7 is your score. Panther offense will look to respond when we come back. Stick with us. Thanks to our sponsors, and thanks for tuning in on havenfootball.net.
Have nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
10:08 to play before halftime, and Radnor in business now, cutting the Panther lead in half and then some. 12-7, Strath Haven on top and ready to receive the kickoff for the first time tonight. Standing deep to return, Mackay Clark, and it looks like this will find James Fisher off his hands at the 10-yard line. Slips, picks it up, makes 1-man miss. No, he doesn't. Nice work by Cohen, and Fisher not fielding it cleanly, and forward progress, I think, generously will give him the 12. So not a good start here for the Panthers on their first drive of this second quarter.
Yeah, really. They placed it at the 11, so
all right.
It's going to be a long field.
Indeed. So, Panthers, good to see Mekhi Clark back on the field for the first time in a couple weeks. But a long field upcoming here for the Panthers. They start at their 11-yard line. 10:02 to play here in the first half. On first down, they give it to the fullback. This is Shane Green. Pushes his way out to the 18, 19-yard line there before Cohen makes the stop. And now you've got an injured player. Not good here as Radnor's. Was that Lionel Dunbar? You don't want anybody injured.
Of course not.
But Dunbar is a busy guy on this team. Linebacker, running back. Now,
do we have a timeout? Oh, just injured. Okay.
He's going to be okay, we hope. He's walking off under his own power. So good sign right there as Shane Green's run will take Strath Haven out to the 18-yard line after a gain of 7. So 2nd down and 3 upcoming, and hopefully a good sign here for Dunbar, and hopefully he's back on the field shortly. All right, in the meantime, a quick substitution here for Radnor. Brings up 2nd down and 3 for Strath Haven. Green one more time. Off the left side, runs into Shea, and he'll be driven backwards. Forward progress, I think, will give him the near first down yardage, maybe.
Yeah,
give him the 21. It'll move the sticks. I don't know, though.
No.
Maybe just the 20? Okay.
Yep.
Gain of just 2 for Green, and brings up 3rd down and 1. All right.
Another person down, another Radnor player down.
Another injury? All right. Hopefully nothing serious, but we'll take a short time out for this one. All right. Be back in just a moment. We'll give you some score updates when we return. And good thoughts here, hopefully, for the injured Radnor player. Well, you know what?
He's getting up. Let's stay with it. Yep.
All right. We will keep it right here. So
score updates.
All right. Go ahead.
7-7 between Conestoga and Ridley. That's early second quarter. Central Bucks South up 6-0 on North Penn. Springfield up on Penncrest right now, 22-7.
All right.
Make that 29-7. Mike Turner's fourth touchdown of the first quarter.
Wow. All right, so Mason Shea walks off for Radnor. They've lost linebackers on consecutive plays, and now on 1st and 10, this is Kaufman. He pushes his way across the 30-yard line, and 3rd and 1 turns into 1st and 10, and then some. Out to the 31-yard line goes Kaufman, and a good push off the left side. Bill Brown, Jack Schuster leading the way off that edge. Nice blocking up front, Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Haven's definitely doing what they need to do. It's just the extra points are starting to concern me. That touchdown by Radnor obviously is concerning, but, this is the way we've seen the whole season.
Breathing room now for the Panthers. 1st and 10 at their 31. This is Shane Green. ISO straight up the middle, and he'll pick up 6 more. Out to the 37. So, again, starting to find their sea legs a little bit in the middle of the defense. Panthers, Green has been, solid this year. But there have been plenty of games where there just has not been much room at all between the tackles, and Panthers trying to change that in a hurry here. Wing to the near side is James Fisher. He takes it on a sweep to the right. He sheds one tackle, cuts it back. He's got 1st down yardage and then pushes his way out to the 45-yard line. Good, tough run from James Fisher. Give him 9 and a Panther 1st down.
Yep, they're just moving the ball along. I mean, Radnor's got to do something. That, of course, was outside, so that's tough. You don't want them running up your gut, but it's tough because that means your linebackers have to fill to the edges and get there. And we've got some pretty good speed around the corners, so it means you've got to cheat. Oh, we got a timeout.
Officials timeout. All right, so they'll switch out the football. It's maybe a little wet and heavy at this point. Panthers want a new one here. 1st and 10 at their 45 with 8:18 to go here in the second quarter. And
they took a football off, and the referee's saying, well, what about another football? Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. We got it.
All right.
I thought they were going to throw a tennis ball out there or something. Ooh.
All right.
Well, now it's wet.
They'll put it down at the 45. Panthers ready to go here from just inside the near hash here, leading 12-7 and looking for more. Two tight ends again. Give off the near side. This is Kaufman. Cuts it back, and he's pushing his way into Radnor territory. Gain of 7 more. And Panthers just cranking through it right here. 128 yards rushing on just 18 carries so far for the Panther offense. 30 yards for Kaufman, 46 and a score for Fisher, 52 and a score for Shane Green. They've thrown it once and completed it for 15 yards. So the offense feeling good here. Second down and about 3 from the Radnor 48. Two tight ends again. Kitchen one more time. Vince Hales into the game, and he slams his way across the 45 down to the 42. First down yardage for Vinny.
You know, he wasn't touched until he got 8 yards down the field. I mean, it just the blockers are just blowing Radnor right off the line at this stage of the game. And that's why I know when I played and I was up against people, I just couldn't move. I would drop down, just try to, mess up the hole or – bodies laying in the middle of the field. That would be better than letting holes open up.
Pilson, Brown, and Cole Miller collapsed to the left side that time. Hale's still in there at fullback. Give on first down. This is running room for Mackay Clark, and he's got room down to the 35-yard line. So Mackay picks up 8 on his first carry in a couple of weeks. So Hales and Mackay Clark back into the game here in the offensive backfield. And, boy, if the Panthers can keep these guys fresh and really rotate 4 or 5 or 6 backs, look out.
Good
news there.
Yep, it'll be a help.
Tight end to the right is Jack Schuster. On second down and about 3, this is Hales one more time. Straight ahead he goes, and he'll push his way across the 30 down to the 27. Vince Hales for 7 more, and the Panthers like a hot knife through butter right now has this offense cooking. Remember, Strath Haven will get the ball to start the second half as we approach the midpoint of this second quarter.
And also remember, you look on the screen, there's only a 6-point difference right now in the game.
Not even. 5.
Oh, 5, that's right, of course.
12-7
yeah.
is where we are. Two tight end set. Give on the sweep to the right side. This is James Fisher. He does turn the corner. Boy, they look like they had him hemmed in, and instead he's got first down yardage inside the 20 down to the 16 or 17 on that far sideline. Give him 10 more, but Fisher just turned on the jets right there as Radnor, the defense read that one well.
No doubt about it, and I think that's a place I'd like to see Fisher go more often. I think that's where his strength is to run outside.
Sometimes you're faster than the other team, sometimes you're not. But
that timeout?
That will be a timeout for Radnor. Try to get something patched together here with 5:48 to go in the first half. Now we'll finally take a short timeout. Be back in just a moment. Stick with us, and thank you to our terrific sponsors on havenfootball.net.
Looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Prevost Field at Radnor High School. Strath Haven leading 12-7. Now first down and 10 at the Radnor 16-yard line. Radnor just used their first timeout with 5:48 to go here in the second quarter. Panthers offense has been cooking. 2 possessions, 2 scores so far. This is their third that started at their 11-yard line. So looking good now, first and 10 from the 16. This is Vince Hales, left side, runs right up the middle, shedding tackles down inside the 10 to the 6. It'll be first and goal to go for the Panthers. Give Hales maybe 11 more.
There was a outside linebacker or maybe an end that was just waiting for him to come running up and went to lunge at him and just shot by him.
Hales, good speed, and again, has been terrific at defensive end. Now sets up the Panthers first and goal from the 5. Turn and give is to Mackay Clark off the left side, driving the pile down to about the 1. 4 more for Mackay. There's been out of action since the Springfield game when he scored a key touchdown late and had some good help in the secondary at the end of that game.
In that game, they were all key.
Yeah, there was not much room for error in that 19-15 comeback victory for the Panthers back in week 2. But good to see Clark back in business here. He's in a T formation with Hales and Fisher. This is Kitchen on the sneak. Pushes the pile. I think he's shy of the goal line. Maybe a yard. Maybe a yard for Kitchen. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from inside the 1. So good work there by the Radnor front 8. Pushing the pile, or standing up the pile there. And the football, I don't know that you could get it much closer to the goal line from our vantage point right here.
It looks like the nose is like breaking the line, but it's not, obviously.
They are well inside the 1-yard line with 4:23 to go here on 3rd down and goal. Kitchen on 3rd and goal. This is Hales off the left side into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Vince Hales pounds it in, and the Panthers lead 18-7, extra point pending.
Now what are they? They're going to set up a kick. Well, let's
get it right.
Yeah,
got to get things cleaned up here with 4:13 to go. All right. On for the extra point, Ben Milligan. Jake Kitchen will hold it. Ball spotted. Kick is away. Plenty long enough, and Milligan pounds it through. 19-7 Strath Haven, an 89-yard scoring drive to answer the Radnor score. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
And we're back.
We are back indeed, and so is the Panther offense. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. They lead at 19-7 with 4:13 to go here in the second quarter. And Vince Hales with his first varsity touchdown. In from the 1-yard line, and the Panthers just doing everything they drew up, honestly, offensively to start.
Yeah, it's been a typical, what used to be typical Strath Haven football. So, but just keep doing more of the same. Now defense has to play a role here. That Radnor score was a little too easy.
4:13 to go here in the second quarter. High, short end-over-end kick. It'll be fielded at the 30-yard line by one of the up men, and dropped immediately is Justin Odorizio. Nice work there by Nick Faribault and Sean Henry in the neighborhood, as well as 29 Nate Lynn. So good work there by Henry, Faribault, and Lynn. And Radnor starts at their 32-yard line with 4:10 to go here in the second quarter. So I'll try to keep you posted on some other scores here. Coatesville 13, Ruston nothing. Marple 21, Mastery Charter nothing. All right, here 19-7. Strath Haven on top, but on defense now. So Shaholski, play fake, fires to the outside, incomplete. They tried a little hitch over there to Enright, 61 at 6'1", a big target there, Mike Enright, but that one just a little bit too high.
Yeah, unfortunately for that throw, he had about 9'2".
Yeah,
but
so incomplete, it falls, 2nd and 10 for Radnor.
Between a cool evening and a wet ball, it's got to be tough to get your hands on that ball and get a nice clean throw.
All right. Shaholski, 5 out of 9 for 65 yards, throwing it so far. Bryce Cohen, your single setback. Under center this time. Shaholski gives to Cohen, looking for running room.
Oh.
Into the secondary he goes, makes 1 man miss, 2 men miss. First down yardage out to the 44, 45-yard line. 13 yards for Cohen. Nice work right there. He is shifty, isn't he?
Oh, boy, nice running back. Really getting away from people. He was dead to rights a couple of times and just managed to get through it.
Ben Milligan on the tackle from that free safety spot. But fresh set of downs here for Radnor, who, again, kept this thing awfully close with Conestoga a week ago. 7-7 midway through the second quarter, and then couldn't get much going after that. But really did hang in there with another team that really did outsize them. All right, Radnor playing with some confidence here. 1st and 10 at their 44. Graham goes in motion. They go toss to the near side, looking for room is Cohen, trying to get the corner, and James Fisher says no. Rides him out of bounds after maybe a yard. We'll see the spot. Put it down at the 45, and just a yard that time for Cohen, and the Panther defense, good lateral speed there to string it out. Mike's looking like he's
looking for my coat.
A coat, okay.
Yeah,
right.
I got smarter tonight.
All right.
After freezing last week in Upper Darby.
I was going to say, Pete's here to cuddle if you need to.
He's been scratching my back, but, enough.
2nd down and 9 upcoming here from the 45. And right to the bottom of your screen, right of the formation, and 2 backs alongside of Shaholski, Dunbar and Cohen. Graham to the far side on 2nd down and 9. Give inside to Cohen. He splits one through the tackle momentarily, but hanging on at the ankles there is Marco Kaufman to drop him at the 49. Third down and about 5 upcoming after Cohen picks up 4 more. Marco Kaufman, double-digit tackles again last week. He's been a very busy man at inside linebacker. He and Sean Henry trying to help the defense get off the field here. We're inside of 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Strath Haven leading 19-7 and trying to get the defense off the field. Shaholski, no huddle again. He'll bark out the signals and have a back on either hip here. 3rd and about 6. Play fake, firing the slant. He's got a man juggled. It's deflected and nearly intercepted off of 2 sets of hands there as Graham couldn't squeeze it at the first down sticks, and now the Panther defender had a shot too. That was that was close. So Graham incomplete. 4th and 6, and Radnor brings the punt team on. All right, so 5 out of 10 throwing it now is Shaholski, the junior. And that's a good arm. 6'3", 190, good size, good arm, and presumably another year to go to develop.
Yeah, he's been reasonably accurate. He gets more accurate, he's going to be a killer. I mean, that ball was almost there, and Strath Haven hit it like it was a bumblebee or something. I mean, it's just like, get away from me.
Wampole on to punt it. Ben Milligan awaits at the 15-yard line. Snap is a good one. Wampole steps into it. It's a low line drive, takes a hop and away from Milligan, dances inside the 5, and touchdown inside the 5. Great hustle right there at the 1. No, it's not a touchback in high school. In high school, all you have to do is touch it. You don't even have to secure it. You just have to touch the ball on the field of play, and they'll put it down at the 1-yard line. Terrific kick from Wampole once again. Give him 52 on the punt. No return, and the Panthers could not be farther from the goal line now with 2:27 to go before halftime. Well, this will test the offense, huh?
Yep.
Sean Henry checks out. Alexi Gustafson checks into the game as a tight end to the left. Cole Miller, tight end to the far side. Right up the middle goes Jake Kitchen, driving the pile, still pushing, and out to the 15-yard line. How about following Carter Law, second team All-Central at center last year, and Law leads Kitchen for a gain of 13 on quarterback dive. How about that? What a job there by a pair of seniors just to take control and get the Panthers set up with a little more breathing room. 1st and 10. Give off the near side is Kaufman. He'll be driven backwards. Good form tackling right there by the defender Shea. That's Mason Shea wearing the number 11 and back into the game. Good sign there. And also Dunbar. Dunbar and Shea went out on back-to-back plays. But good news that they are back on the field. Gain of just 2 for Kaufman on that one. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. On 2nd and 8, this is James Fisher looking for room off the right side with the speed. 30, 35, cuts inside. He's got first down yardage and then some out near the 40-yard line when they unpile. They'll put him down at the 41. Gain of 24 for James Fisher. And that's
nice
will
run.
take him to 80 yards on just 8 carries here in the early going. Panthers go no huddle. Still have 3 timeouts and a 2-score lead before halftime. Give is to the fullback Shane Green into the secondary. First down and more. Shedding tackles and down inside the 45 to the 43. Shane Green rips off a bundle. He gets 21 more. And timeout. Strath Haven, Coach Clancy will give the boys a chance to catch their breath, and us too, I guess. So I'll try to get you score updates from Garnet Valley Lower Marion, but we'll see what's going on elsewhere in the meantime. Conestoga and Ridley were 7-7 last year. Oh, I'm sorry. Conestoga's taking the lead on Ridley now, 14-7 in the second quarter. And Perk Valley all over Methacton now, 28-3. Not surprising. Perk Valley, they're going to be something to deal with in 6A this year. They and Springford play in week 10. Week 9 actually. That could very well be for the PAC title and a top 5 seed or better in 6A. Souderton leading 21-7 over Quakertown in another big game. Souderton undefeated at the halfway point of the season as well. That's another team that is well on its way to a good seed in 6A. And Springfield on top, 36-7 on Pencrest. Here, 1st and 10. Play fake for Kitchen. Back to pass, now under heavy pressure. Is going to have to scramble for a little bit of room on that right side and not much. Maybe a yard for Kitchen that time. Had 2 receivers out in the pattern, and with 1:08 to play here before halftime, Strath Haven burns its second timeout. We'll take a short one with them. Be back in just a moment. You're listening live to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Prevost Field. Strath Haven 19-7 with 1:08 to go before halftime. The Panthers with 1 timeout in their pocket. 2nd down and 9 from the 41. We'll get to a score update momentarily. But Jake Kitchen under center. Kaufman wing to the right. And on 2nd down, give is to Shane Green. Quick hitter up the middle. He'll go to the 35-yard line. Brings up 3rd down. Panthers going to have to hurry. Green picks up the 35. 3rd and 3 upcoming here. Strath Haven trying to convert here and stop the clock momentarily if they can move the chains. On 3rd and 3, play fake, sweep to the near side. Looking for room is Kaufman. He's dumped at the 31. That'll be enough for a 1st down. It'll stop the clock while they move the chains. Garnet Valley leading Lower Marion 7-0. Thank you to my daughter out in Chicago who's giving me score updates on Garnet Valley. In the meantime, 32 seconds to go here before halftime. Give us to Kaufman. Room off the left side down to the 25. And the Panthers will call their 3rd and final timeout as they set up 2nd down and 2 at the 25. So Kaufman takes 8 more. And, we'll see. All right. What can the Panthers drum up here? I mean, 3rd and short, 3rd and about 4. 2nd down and 4 doesn't sound terrible. But with 24 seconds left
and no
timeouts, you figure if you can pick up a 1st down, it'll stop the clock fast enough to
get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe spike it and set yourself up for 2nd down. You maybe get 2 more plays. Either way, Panthers will try to get some more points here before halftime. Leading 19-7. This drive, remember, started at their 1-yard line. So if they can cash in or add another number here to the board, would be quite an accomplishment.
And remember, they get the ball first at the beginning of the second half. So.
Sean Henry, tight end to the right, Cole Miller to the left. On 2nd down and 3, they toss on the near side looking for running room, and Fisher, good heads-up play, steps out of bounds. Nice work there to stop the clock and pick up the first down at the 20-yard line with 19.9 remaining on the clock. So good work there by Fisher. Gain of 4, he's up to 84 yards and a score. So 3 different backs have found the end zone tonight, Green, Fisher, and Vince Hales.
If you put it in the air?
Well, you might think about it. 19 seconds to go.
That's an unusual thing for a Strath Haven team, but they've done it.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Radnor a little deeper in the secondary here, and they'll counter crisscross, and they wrap it up quickly. Nice job staying home and making the tackle is Justin Odoricio. Panthers need to hurry now after Fisher's stopped for a short gain. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and under center and spiking it is Kitchen. They'll get one more play from about the 20, where are they? About the 18-yard line. So just a 2-yard gain for James Fisher on that last carry. You'd be looking at a 35-yard field goal from here. My guess is the Panthers will try something else. And look, they're going to have to hurry here. They are going to kick the field goal. All right, here we go. Ben Milligan on for the field goal try.
Well, there's no wind according to the flags on the goalpost.
Oh, okay, no, not Milligan. This will be 85. Ian Gallagher on for the field goal try. From the 35, Ian Gallagher, and here's a whistle. You got to delay a game against Strath Haven. I was going to say they took their time there.
Yep.
We were out of timeouts, and now this suddenly turns it into a 40-yard field goal and delay here for the Panthers. That's one of their first mistakes, really, of this first half. The offense has been fantastic, and that one just took a little too long. So now back to the 23-yard line with 3 seconds to play here before halftime. Panthers, barring a defensive penalty, will have one play here to end the first half. And now, timeout Radnor. They'll talk it over and try to get the defense set. Understood. All right. So we'll take a short timeout with them, see what the Panthers can draw up. They'll have one more crack at it before halftime on havenfootball.net.
Volunteer with South Media Fire Company, serving Nether Providence Township and Rose Valley Borough, where you and your unique skills and passions are wanted. Volunteering with South Media Fire Company isn't just about responding to emergency calls, it's about building lifelong connections. As a volunteer, you'll forge friendships that extend beyond the firehouse while serving your community. For more information, please visit us at southmediafire.com.
All right, welcome back to Prevost Field. Strath Haven leading 19-7. Moments ago, we're lining up for a 35-yard field goal try, but the play clock ran out, and now, instead, forego the field goal for a chance to get something going from the 23-yard line. 3rd down and 8 on the final play of the half. Kitchen is back, looking, firing for the end zone, has Fisher out there, leaps and makes the catch on the final play of the half. Touchdown, Panthers!
Amazing.
On the wheel route, James Fisher cashes in from the 23. Kitchen on the money, and Strath Haven cashes in on the final play of the first half. Extra point pending here from Ben Milligan. That is a heartbreaker for Radnor right there. They called a timeout to just presumably say, look, here's how everything. These are the 2 or 3 things we have to worry about. Ball in the air and through the uprights. Milligan punches it through. Strath Haven 26, Radnor 7, and 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. That one, a 99-yard scoring drive. The Panthers emphatic first half on the offensive side of the football. All right, with that in mind, we'll take a short time out, be back for the halftime show. The band will have their back to us, but Andrew, Mike, and Pete will be here to figure all of that out when we come back on havenfootball.net.
The Swarthmorian Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
Get some camera time.
All right, we're on. We're getting the camera set for the halftime show. Since we're all right, Pete. Are you going to stand back? I don't know. Pete's going to be in the camera anyway. Pete hasn't been here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. It's
So
been since we've seen Pete.
You can see the score there at the bottom, which I'm going to erase now. And the Strath Haven Marching Band is on the field currently. The score is 26-7 in favor of Strath Haven. Just scored in the last 4 seconds of the first half, so they're taking a fairly commanding lead. Although Radnor's shown some very nice moments. What have you thought about this game so far, Pete?
Well, it's two different games. It's the Radnor passing game against the Strath Haven rushing game. And the basic reason is Strath Haven is so much physically bigger. They can move the ball on the ground pretty much at will. But Radnor's got a great little passing game here, accurate passing, and that's kept them in the game for a while. Now it's 26-7. Haven gets the second half kickoff, so it's going to be tough. But if I'm Radnor in the second half, I come out and strictly maybe 4 plays out of 5, put it up in the air. That's really the way they can score and score quick.
Well, yeah, the plays that they had some great success. They've had a couple of running plays that have done all right for them.
They did, yes.
And I think, you got to mix it up a little bit. But, yeah, the Radnor's got a great arm at quarterback and very accurate,
their rushing
probably
plays,
half the time.
The Radnor rushing plays that work were the end runs around the end where they can use their speed. Up the middle against the real bigger Strath Haven line, they really struggle there. So if you do some end runs and then mix it in with mostly passes, you could probably move the ball. But it's going to be tough down 26-7, and you don't get the second half kickoff.
Yeah, well, and plus if Haven, per what happened, so far in this game, marches down the field at the beginning of the second half and scores again, that you're a touchdown away from a mercy rule, so it'll be tough to come back from.
If you look at the stats right in front of you there, it's 250 some yards rushing.
Yeah, 256 yards for Haven against 18.
Against the Radnor rushing.
Radnor's got 12 carries for 18 yards.
18
Haven's
yards.
got 38.
But now in passing yards, Radnor has the edge, but not by much, but they have the edge. But it's going to be tough for Radnor. It's just they're physically, they're just physically smaller than Strath Haven. And if Haven just continues to run the ball, their physicality and running the clock, it's going to make this a very tough game for them to come back. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, we always see what happens. That's the fun part. All right, anybody want to talk Eagles football yet?
Absolutely.
All right, why don't you go ahead and go? I'm going to try to put some stats in.
You got to talk Eagles football. They're 3-0, but they're not a strong 3-0. But you could see in the game the other night how they just continually dominate the lines, offensive lines and the defensive lines. When you put Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in the middle, you got like 700 pounds waiting for somebody. I mean, but they don't tackle them, and they pick them up and throw them down on the ground. Jordan Davis, one play, he got one of the Tampa running backs, picked them off the air like a bear and threw them on the ground. Those lines are just powerful. But what I'm still not really excited about is Jalen Hurts' passing right now.
Neither is Jalen Hurts, I don't think.
Yeah, I saw an improvement.
Not happy with himself.
I saw an improvement Monday night, but he's got to improve.
Although he was not feeling well Monday.
Yeah,
night,
he had the flu, and believe me, when you're sick, it's hard to do anything. But but we'll give him that benefit. But I saw an improvement there. But the defense was outstanding.
Yep.
They just overwhelmed people. And I think Sunday they play Washington Commanders.
It should be a similar situation this weekend.
I think it's going to be an ugly game. I see them win double digits. And the line with their Sam Howell, their rookie quarterback or second-year quarterback, I see the Eagles' defensive line just controlling the game.
Yeah,
How about you, Andrew?
That Eagles' defensive line is just something special.
And they come at you at one waves.
In the just a defensive tackle, you've got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, the two young studs. You've got Milton Williams, Marlon Tuipulotu, and then you've got the big veteran, Fletcher Cox, teaching them all all he knows.
Milton Williams is an underrated guy. On most teams, he's a starter.
Oh,
on this,
absolutely.
On this team, he's a rotation
The Eagles have 5 starters at defensive tackle.
Right, and they rotate them. So by the fourth quarter, they just wear teams down.
They're just running through teams' offensive lines.
So
and you see that with Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, they're 2 of the highest-rated defensive tackles in the league by Pro Football Focus.
The praise that Carter's getting in the first 3 weeks is amazing. They're comparing him to Reggie White. I wouldn't say that, but he is quick as anything.
Well, you look at some of his numbers. He has a sack and a half in 3 games,
but there's a lot of other things he's doing. The hurries.
He's doing so much else.
Right.
So many other things off the ball that even though he does have those stats, he's getting more. He's doing more than his stats.
You know what they did Monday night where they were trying to double team.
They decided
both of
to
them.
double team him.
So that opens the side gaps,
and
the
double
linebackers are
Guys,
making tackles.
don't talk over each other.
Yes, sir.
They're double teaming Jalen Carter, the rookie, and letting the veteran Fletcher Cox go one-on-one with one of their guards. And Jalen Carter was just defeating that block every time.
Yeah.
He's seeing more double teams than almost any defensive tackle in the league.
So give me a score for this weekend, Andrew.
This weekend, I'll say Eagles. The offense gets back rolling 35-17.
31-14 for me.
Gee, it took you a while to figure out, Pete. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, look, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
How about the Phillies?
Well, we're going to come back to Phillies. We have a whole other band to go through.
Okay.
There's still 13 and a half minutes to go into halftime.
So we're going to do a quick commercial break and thank our sponsors. And the score currently is
Strath Haven 26,
yep.
Radnor 7. You got it there on the monitor, Mike.
Well, I know, but not my monitor. So
just take a look 6 inches to your
You're
right.
watching our arguing and listening to our arguing on havenfootball.net, where high school football has never looked this good.
The Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper has partnered up with havenfootball.net. The Swarthmorean was established in 1893 and is a true community newspaper and covers the Wallingford-Swarthmore School District as well as events in Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding communities. Get your copy every Friday at 320 Market or Swarthmore Co-op or call 610-543-0900 for a mailed subscription. For all the local news, read the Swarthmorean every week.
Hey fans, this is Todd Lights, public address announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you are listening to high school football right here at Haven Football.
And welcome back. We're at halftime where the Panthers lead 26-7 over Radnor. It's been, like the score says, pretty much all Panthers. They've scored on every one of their drives. Radnor's had trouble moving the ball. They have moved it through the air somewhat successfully. They do have the 7 points on a pretty good, what was that, a 4 or 5 play drive? Do you remember?
I will pull that up.
Okay. But it was a good, solid drive. Very impressive. Couple of good running plays. They've got some nice talent on that team. If they can put it together, I think as we've discussed, their weakness is they don't have a lot of size up front, and they're kind of getting manhandled by most of the teams they're playing.
The Radnor drive went 7 plays, 68 yards for their touchdown.
So it was a nice, solid drive for them. All right, now, Phillies. While we listen to it's the end of Strath Haven
tonight.
Yeah.
No, there's floods up in New York.
Yeah.
The whole city was underwater this morning.
So, Phillies, guys.
Okay, Andrew, start it off with our Phillies.
They're heading to the playoffs. They're going to host the Wild Card Series next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, if necessary, on Thursday. Not sure who they're playing quite yet. There's a lot of matchups and playoff seeding that still needs to be determined this weekend. There's a bunch of teams vying for that second and third wild card spot. So we'll see who makes it in. And I think the Phillies can take whoever it is. They've got the pitching. They've got the bats.
Well, they also have the time now to line up their starting rotation. I think they said tomorrow they're just going to play the relief pitchers, each pitch 1 inning, and just line up their rotation. So their starters on Tuesday, they'll go with
Zach Wheeler on Tuesday, Aaron Nola on Wednesday, and then who knows on Thursday if they even need Thursday.
They don't need to play any of these games left in their schedule, right?
No.
So they're
fine. They're locked into the number 1 wild card seed. The Mets are fighting potentially for lottery position in the draft
But they won't delay the playoffs for
no,
that.
they aren't going to make the playoffs. They're just looking
If
to
it gets,
improve their.
Mike, if it gets to a point where the last game with the Mets, they can't fit in the schedule, they won't play it.
Right.
No,
Unless it has meaning.
Yeah, if it doesn't matter, they had a game suspended last night due to all this rain up in New York with the Marlins.
Now
The Marlins are one of the teams that are trying to make it into one of the wild card spots. If the Marlins actually took the lead in the top of the ninth inning before that game was suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So that game's currently suspended and may be played Monday afternoon.
Well,
Monday
if
night.
you go past 4.5 innings or 5 innings, it's played, right? It's considered a game.
It is considered a game, but the issue is the Marlins took the lead in the top of the ninth inning. The Mets are the home team. They need a chance to respond to that run that they just gave up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
as the home team. They have to play the full inning because the lead was just taken there in the top of the inning.
Right.
So the bottom half of the inning needs to be played, and if it is a significant half inning,
and at that point is when that
needs to be
rainstorm
played, that game would be finished up on Monday, where the Marlins, I think, are currently flying out to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks this weekend. And
won't be much rain there.
No.
And the Marlins then potentially could have to fly back to New York for the game on Monday, and then take probably a train down to Philly for the wild card series.
Mike, I think the Phillies have one advantage.
Pirates.
One advantage this year.
Hold on, guys. Go ahead, Pete.
The Phillies have one advantage this year they didn't have last year. They went through this last year. Most of the players, there's a couple of different ones, but they went through this playoff scenario where they won, the wild card, and they won division, and then they won the championship series, and then they lost in the World Series. But they've got that playoff experience, and I think that will help them going into this playoff season.
Well, they were the underdog in most of those games, because they were a wild card. They're going to be a wild card again. Can lightning strike twice? I don't know. I mean, it's tough to go from a wild card position into the World Series.
It is tougher. But the
and,
one thing
and
you
of course
did see
the big
last
teams,
year,
the Braves and the Dodgers, fell out after the first or second round. And it's
one thing you did see last year is those teams that were not the wild card that had the bye to the division series. The Braves, they got the Phillies. And the Phillies were playing good baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They had momentum, and baseball is really one of the sports where momentum
it's very streaky.
Is such a factor in how a series can go. If you've got the momentum, you've been playing well, and like the Braves, they hadn't been playing a lot of baseball at that time.
There's something about the Braves, too, Mike. You've been following them since 1995. They won 13 divisions, right? Every year they get into the playoffs, they drop out, they lose. I don't know what it is. They just, one time I think they have one championship in 13 tries, and it's just amazing that a team could be that good all season, and when the playoffs come, they fold. And they clinched their division 2 weeks ago, so they might not have the edge they had then. And if the Phillies come out of this first round winning the wild card, they could go right into Atlanta and beat them.
It's all wonderful, and but you got to play the game.
Last
year.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I
just thought it was very tough, and I thought the Phillies ended up in a position that nobody really expected them to be in. And now we're all kind of saying, "Oh, we can do this again." I go, "Okay, that'd be great." But we'll see what happens. Anyway, it's a great sports town. For us, everything from baseball to football to high school football. It's been a great season for us. So, we're doing great. All right, we're going to take another commercial break real quick. Make sure I've got a schedule. Yeah, another commercial break real quick, and then we'll come back with the beginning of the second half with Haven leading 26-7. You're listening to high school and watching high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Do you have slow-running drains? Are you thinking about selling your home or property? If so, go to scarpignatoplumbing.com and schedule a technician. They are the area's only small plumbing company to offer in-house trenchless sewer and water main repairs. They also offer sewer lateral certifications for the surrounding communities. From faucets to water heaters, they can handle all your plumbing needs. Give them a call at 484-832-5566.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.com.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's football game. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Swarthmorean Weekly Newspaper, true local coverage of Swarthmore, Wallingford, and surrounding neighborhoods. Published since 1893. Steve Taub's Allstate Insurance and Media. Auto, Home, and Life. You're in good hands with Allstate. AMF Auto Clinic, taking care of your cars since 1961. Located in Brookhaven on Edgemont Avenue. Sandy McCulley at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services and Media. Give her a call when buying or selling your home. Ducklings Early Learning Center in Wallingford. Daycare for ages 6 weeks to 5 years. Scarpagnato Plumbing. Over 20 years experience for all your plumbing needs in Wallingford. Proud Haven supporters Mary and Larry Luter. Go Haven! Rose Tree Wellness Center. Complete chiropractic treatments featuring ART therapies in Media. We get to the root of the problem. Here are tonight's internet announcers, the voices of the Strath Haven Panthers, Brian Carroll, Pete Fulgenetti, Andrew Kaufman, and Mike Mayer.
Welcome back to Prevost Field here in Radnor Township. The home team trailing at half 26-7, Strath Haven. 4 possessions in the first half. Only a couple of missed extra point conversions have derailed them. And again, most impressively, they had an 89-yard scoring drive, followed then by a 99-yard scoring drive to close that second half, scoring on the final play, second quarter rather, scoring on the final play of that second quarter. Jake Kitchen to James Fisher from 23 yards out on a play that defensive coaches, when they see the film tomorrow for Radnor, are going to be scratching their heads and say, goodness, we probably should have that covered. They called timeout and looked to be in great position, but good delivery. Fisher wins the jump ball, and the Panthers 95 yards of total offense to just 83 for Radnor. Most of the damage for the Panthers, as expected, on the ground, and a night when they are considerably bigger up front, and you can see that size starting to wear on the Raptors, especially as that second quarter progressed. Panthers with 5 different ball carriers, 6 different ball carriers, as they've got Makai Clark back in the game tonight. That's good to see. Clark, 2 carries for 12 yards. Vince Hales returned to the offensive backfield for the first time in several weeks. 4 carries for 27 yards and a score. Jake Kitchen, 3 carries for 15 yards. And then the big 3 in the backfield. Kaufman, 7 for 43. Shane Green, 10 carries for 79 yards and a touchdown. And James Fisher leading the way, 10 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown as well. On the receiving side of things, Shane Green, 1 catch for 15 yards and a first down. And we mentioned a moment ago, James Fisher, a 23-yard scoring reception on the final play of the half. For Radnor, Matt Shaholski, your quarterback, 5 out of 10 for 65 yards throwing it. Those 5 completions.
Some nice passes in that group.
Very. Tucker Graham, 2 catches for 2 yards, 1 catch for Bryce Cohen for 18 yards, and 2 catches for 45 yards for Enright to lead all receivers in the game thus far. On the running side of things, not so hot for Radnor. Rushing yards, 12 carries for just 18 yards as a team. Leading rusher is Bryce Cohen, 39 yards on 5 carries, including a dazzling 20-yard run for the Radnor touchdown early in that second quarter. But otherwise, it's been all Panthers. Strath Haven will get the football back to start the second half, and it gives us a moment to talk about some halftime scores from around District 1 as well. We'll start with a couple of running clock circumstances as they begin the second half out in Oxford. Downingtown East 35, Oxford nothing, and closer to home in the Central League, another 35-point spread, 42-7. Springfield all over Pencrest tonight. So boy, Springfield seems to get stronger by the week and looking awfully good to perhaps run the table the rest of the way here and end up with a top 3 type seed in the District 1 5A playoffs. They will be a tough out for anybody in 5A. Speaking of a tough out in 5A, your defending 5A champs from a year ago, Westchester Ruston, hadn't lost yet coming into tonight. They're having trouble against Coatesville, though. Trailing 13-0 at halftime. So
Coatesville's always tough.
Coatesville, very tough, and this is the one very tough crossover game that Ruston gets every year. Every year they'll either get Coatesville or one of the Downing towns to play on the bigger school side of the Chessmont.
Right.
This year it happens to be Coatesville, and so far the Red Raiders on top 13-0 over Westchester Ruston. So Ruston right now sits as a 2 seed in 5A. If it doesn't go their way tonight, expect them to fall, and perhaps fall behind even Marple Newtown, who is on top of Mastery North Charter in another non-league game for the Tigers. They're up 34-0 at halftime, so the Tigers well on their way to a victory tonight, and after a win over Ridley, could be sitting there at 5-1 with an identical record as Springfield. So again, those are could have 3 Central League teams atop 5A here, still with Marple and Strath Haven having to play head-to-head in a couple weeks. Springfield still has Ridley, but, again, you could have a lot of really good records atop 5A there. Speaking of being atop of 5A, Chester plays tomorrow. I'm sorry, Chester plays tonight. We do not have a score, though, in their matchup with Westchester Henderson. Also in 5A, Plymouth Whitemarsh is a top 6 seed at the moment. We do not have a score update on their battle with Cheltenham just yet. Up in the Suburban 1 League, a couple updates. Souderton all over Quakertown, 21-7 at halftime. CB South on top of North Penn. North Penn in danger of falling to 2-4. It's been quite a while since the Knights have struggled this much, but they trail CB South 25-13. Perk Valley on top of Methacton 28-3. Up in the Lehigh Valley, my grandfather's alma mater, Easton on top of Liberty. They scored late in the second quarter. They're on top 14-13. And then closer to home here in Delaware County, Penwood trailing Sun Valley 14-0. Sun Valley trying to make a play maybe for a playoff spot for the second year in a row in 5A. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. So that's what we know about District 1.
Yeah, well, if you checked out the website, we're listing the top 10. The top 16 go to the playoffs, but the top 10 is what we usually post every week, and that'll give you and the way it works is the top 8 obviously play the bottom 8. So if you're a number 1 seed, you're going to play number 16. If you're number 2 seed, you're going to play number 15, etc. It's a relatively complicated formula for points, but we have that explained on the website as well. If you want to click on one of the links and try to figure it out for yourself, we gave up long ago trying to do that. We just accept what the PIA tells us. But there are bonus points for beating teams that have good records because you get bonus points from that. And then if you're playing 6A teams and you're a 5A team, there's more points. It's like I said, very convoluted, but it is a point system. And, of course, you hope you end up in the top 8 because that means that you have a home game, at least for the first round. And, of course, if you're a number 1 seed, you're going to have a home game for every game you manage to play in the districts. If you win the districts, you will then go on to states, which does that consist of 2 games now?
Two games at states.
You win the district
semifinal and the final.
Right.
So,
Panthers were there 2 years ago.
Yeah, and we faced Imhotep, which we may face again if we get that far. They've been a powerhouse for quite a while.
So one more score from over in Glen Mills. Garnet Valley 7, Lower Marion nothing at halftime. So Garnet Valley is having some trouble tonight. They had a couple key injuries even in the first half tonight. Their quarterback who just returned from injury back out again, unfortunately. So Matt Lassick and then Dean Kohler also, one of their leading rushers, left the game early in the first half. So wishing them both well. Hoping we see them back on the field next Friday night for what looks to be a pretty big showdown. Strath Haven on the road at Garnet Valley, looking to win for the first time at Garnet Valley. Have not been able to pull that off yet, certainly not since they've joined the Central League back in 2008. So it'll be a battle and could be for supremacy in the Central League at this time next Friday night. So we'll worry about next week. Yep. In the meantime, Panthers still have 2 quarters to play and try to hang on to a 3-score lead at the moment over Radnor. And Coach Kevin Clancy looking for win number 350 and will get his offense on the field to receive here to start.
And as you can tell, the weather has deteriorated a bit. We are getting a heavy mist. If you look at the light, you can see it on the screen right now, the mist coming down. It's been coming down really since the Strath Haven Marching Band took the field. It's not as heavy as it was, but that means that it's coated the field with moisture. They're going to have to keep the football dry, and it's going to just make things that much more sloppy potentially.
Well, as sloppy as it can get on turf. We remember
Yeah,
the days when everybody was
mud.
on grass. It's,
Right.
All the mud,
it was
all that
fun.
fun.
I played high school football.
Could start to not tell jersey numbers apart because they're all covered in mud.
Never had the experience. I played in Southern California. The only time it rained during football game is when the sprinkler system came on accidentally during a game, and it took them about 3 or 4 minutes to shut it off. So that was as close as I came.
We do have another score update from the Ruston-Coatesville game. It's now 21-0 Coatesville on top of Ruston early in the second quarter.
Okay. Well, here, Strath Haven leading 26-7 and standing deep to return. The kickoff is James Fisher, flanked by Marco Kaufman to the far side, Mackay Clark to the near side. The last kickoff try bounced off of Fisher's shoulder pads and finished at the 11-yard line, so not much progress last time. Panthers will try it again here as we start this third quarter. Teeing it up is Noah Wampole for the Raptors, just inside the far hash. And Strath Haven will receive and move left to right here as we start this third quarter. Wampole, high end over end kick. This will come down to Kaufman at the 14-yard line. Excellent kick there from Wampole, pinned him back, but Kaufman with a head of steam across the 35, 40, and down to the 45-yard line. Directionally, you can't ask for a better kick. He caught that almost on the sideline, but excellent blocking, and Kaufman has the Panthers out near midfield. They'll put it down at the 45-yard line to start the third quarter. Outstanding work. All right. So, what we got?
No, Mike's hammer just went out, but I'll put it back on.
Save the day there.
Yep.
All right, Kaufman checks out. Jake Kitchen has the offense ready to go. Mackay Clark into the game as a wing to the right. 2 tight end set for Kitchen on first down and 10. And they give inside. This is the fullback, Shane Green, across the midfield stripe or to the 49. Gain of 6 for the junior on his 11th carry of the night. Second down and 4 upcoming. So, from the 49-yard line, Panthers on the Radnor side of the field already here as we start the third quarter. Mackay Clark in the backfield. He has the handoff and looks for running room, cuts it back, and has a first down. Nice work by Mackay, cutting it back for a gain of 6. Or 5, I guess. And another Panther first down. Clock ticks. 11:15 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Panthers 2 plays to pick up another first down.
Mike, you may want to rub the lens on your camera. It may be getting a little wet. So as our viewers see your little hand, we'll have to pay you union wages now.
All right. Here we go. 2 tight ends. Schuster to the right. And back to pass is Kitchen on first and 10. He wants it all. Schuster is out there. It is incomplete. He was 5 yards behind the defense. Pass carried just a little too far, but Schuster with some wheels sneaks out into the pattern, and Panthers miss an opportunity right there. So they'll try it again on second down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Kitchen would like to have that one back.
Yeah, it's not a bad pass, but the receiver was wide open. I mean, that's getting it back. He's going to dream about that tonight, I think.
Yeah. All right. They'll try it again. Schuster tight end to the near side one more time. Wing to the left is James Fisher. On second down and 10, they go back to the ground. Shane Green straight ahead to the 39-yard line. 5 more for Shane. And brings up third and a very manageable 5 yards. 12 carries for 90 yards and a score for Green. Having himself a night. All right. Second and 5 upcoming. Wing to the near side is Mackay Clark with 10:15 and counting to play here in the third. On third and 5, this is James Fisher looking for room, follows the pulling guard into the secondary and explodes. Fisher pulling away, and he'll take it in from 39 yards. Beautiful job right there. Following his pulling guard, Jackson Jeremiah, and James Fisher to the house. He's visited the end zone 3 times tonight, and the Panthers lead 32-7. 39 yards for Fisher. And boy, that was just terrific blocking. Kitchen to hold. Milligan on for the extra point. Plenty long enough, and down the middle it goes. Strath Haven 33, Radnor 7 with 10:05 to play here in the third quarter. Stick with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We'll get a Twitter update and a whole lot more coming on havenfootball.net.
Or buying a home is serious business, and for serious business, the key to your success is to work with an experienced agent. Sandy McCulley has over 20 years of real estate experience and is a seller representative specialist as well as a certified residential specialist. Sandy specializes in Delaware County real estate. Sandy conveniently works out of the Media Berkshire Hathaway Home Marketing Center in Media. Let Sandy's experience be your advantage in today's multifaceted real estate market. Give Sandy a call at 610-368-6641.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven 33, Radnor 7 with 10:05 to go here in the third quarter. They work quickly. A 55-yard scoring drive capped by James Fisher's 39-yard run. And Strath Haven on top 33-7 now, early in this third quarter. Not a bad start, Mike.
No, this is, what you hope for. You feel badly for Radnor, but this, you're looking for this kind of explosive offense for Haven this year.
All right, Ian Gallagher has it teed, ready to go, and kicks it away. Low line drive kick's going to skip to Enright at the 16-yard line. Looking for room up the near hash, cuts back to the middle, and good hard running. Takes them into the arms of Sean Henry and Ryan Henry out at the 36-yard line. So decent field position here for the Raptors and junior quarterback Matt Shaholski.
Some flag back there?
Is there?
Something.
Knock on wood.
Just picked up a flag,
okay.
so.
Knock on wood, it's been a fairly clean game for both teams, huh?
It's going against Radnor, though.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, not what they needed. Hold.
At all. As first and 10 at the 36 will instead turn into first down back at their 15-yard line. So, boy, that penalty was a spot foul. Essentially lost 21 yards on that penalty. Ouch. All right, long field now for the Raptors. Panthers leading 33-7. Look for the defense to maybe pin their ears back and get a pass rush going. But, of course, they have to be aware of Bryce Cohen in the backfield. He's been slippery tonight. He's your single setback. Motion man Tucker Graham, they give it to Cohen, cuts it back, and the Panthers waiting for him that time. Not much room up the middle, as coming in quickly is Shane Green with help from Kaufman and Gustafson on the stop. So Cohen picks up 2, second down and 8 upcoming. All right. Another score update. Garnet Valley has added a field goal. They're up 10-0, but Lower Merion threatening again here. All right. So, second down and 8. Shaholski gives to Cohen for looking for room off the right side, and Sean Henry says, no, sir. Henry went for a little ride, a little piggyback, but still drops him for a loss on the play. Back at the 13-yard line, loss of 4. And Sean Henry coming in hot and turns it to third and about 12. All right. Cohen slot to the near side, Enright slot to the far side. Your splits are Vitale at the bottom of your screen and Tucker Graham to the far side. Shaholski, 3rd and 12. They'll snap it from the 13-yard line. Dunbar on his right hip with 8:35 and counting to go in the third. Back is Shaholski. Has time. Fires to the outside. Incomplete. Short hops Tucker Graham out near the 35, who would stop near the sticks, but pass didn't quite get there. 4th and 12 upcoming, and Radnor on their way to another 3 and out here. Ben Milligan awaits the punt on the Radnor side of the 50 at about the 45. And here's Wampole, who'll stand just inside the end zone awaiting the punt snap. Radnor wants to get the snap in a good spot here. Wampole has had a couple of very nice punts tonight and looking for another one here to try to tilt the field one more time. Snap is a good one. He drops the snap and now is in big-time trouble. Steps away from one man and then does get the kick away on the dead run. Or did he step out of bounds first? Steps out of bounds first as Gustafson rides him down at the 3-yard line. Oh, my. The punt snap was not terrible. He did have a shot to field it cleanly in the air. Alexi Gustafson coming in quickly. And Walpole stepped out of bounds, tried a rugby-style punt to salvage it, but
I think I don't know if because it looked like he stepped out of bounds near the 2. I think they're ruling the kick went out at the 8.
Okay, well, see where they spotted.
Yeah, okay.
All right, they're going to say he did get the kick away. You're right, Andrew. You are absolutely right. They're going to put it down at the 7. So a punt ends up as negative yardage, and the Panthers now 1st and goal to go at the 7. 2 tight ends, leading 33-7 and looking for more. Give is to Kaufman off the left side. He tumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. One play, 7 yards, and the Panthers on the board again with a chance to go up 40-7, 39-7 and counting as Kaufman takes it in. He had a touchdown a week ago through the air, and now picks up his 3rd rushing touchdown on the season. Ben Milligan on for the extra point. Kitchen gets it down. Kick is away and good. Strath Haven 40, Radnor 7. Stick with us. Be back in just a moment. See if Radnor can get something going when we come back on havenfootball.net.
Have nagging soft tissue injury, chronic joint pain? Give Rose Tree Wellness Center a call and see Dr. Tom O'Brien for a complete diagnosis and treatment. Dr. O'Brien specializes in active release techniques, ART. ART can deal with many issues, including chronic shoulder, knee, and ankle pain. Rose Tree Wellness Center also offers a complete series of massage therapy as well as general chiropractic care. Don't spend another day in pain. Call 610-789-5555 and make an appointment today.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven 40, Radnor 7 with 8:26 to play here in the 3rd quarter. And special teams tonight for Radnor has been a struggle, in the punt game in particular. Started the game with a low punt snap that Jai Curtis recovered. This one that wasn't fielded by the punter, turns into just a punt for negative yardage, and the Panthers take advantage of a 7-yard field to go up 40-7. Short end over end kick. It'll come down to one of the up men, and Jack Schuster there to meet him. But nice push out across the 40-yard line by somebody once they unpile. There he is. Okay, number 10, that's Justin Odorizio again, who fielded one moments ago. But good field position this time for Radnor at the 42-yard line. Well, we've got the post up there for everybody. We'll try to get you other scores as we go along. On 1st down and 10 here for Radnor. 4 wide receivers this time for Shaholski. Dunbar on his left hip. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Shaholski looking out to his right to the flat. Nope. Did he catch it? Coming back. Nope. Incomplete. Good effort there by Tucker Graham, diving backwards for the football. I'm sorry, not Graham. That was 22, not 12. That's Tyler Vitale. But incomplete, it falls. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
It was a nice try. I was saying when we were at the commercial break, at this point, Radnor has to just say, look, this is just a bad night. I mean, it's not going for us. We'll finish this game up as best we can, and we'll play better next week. This is a tough way to lose a football game.
All right, they'll try it again here. 2nd down and 10. Vitale again split to the right. Bottom of your screen to the near side is Michael Enright, who leads the Raptors with 2 catches for 45 yards tonight. Empty backfield this time on 2nd down and 10, and rolling to his right is Shaholski. Dumps underneath to Tucker Graham, and he is dumped immediately by James Fisher. Good catch, but just nowhere to go with the strong safety James Fisher lurking.
And that's the way Haven's going to play him. Let him have the catch, tackle them immediately, get them 3 and out, and we'll go get the ball again.
3 catches for just 3 yards for Tucker Graham tonight. Panthers have done well with that strategy, Mike. If he catches it, just make your tackle. Second down upcoming. All right. Third down upcoming. And receivers slot to either side, split to either side as well. Matt Shaholski in the gun. On 3rd down and 9, back little screen underneath is batted down by Jahai Curtis.
Nice.
Curtis gets those long arms up there, and your 6'3" basketball player gets himself a blocked shot. 4th and 9 upcoming now as Curtis swats away the Radnor attempt right there. And we'll see what the Radnor can do with the punt snap tonight. It's been a struggle. All right, Wampole awaits the snap inside his 30. Deep to return Ben Milligan and James Fisher. Good snap this time. Wampole steps into it. A high spiral heads towards Ben Milligan, who fields it on one knee cleanly at the 30-yard line. Nothing eventful for either team in the punt game, which is just how the coaches like it.
Right.
Strath Haven gets the offense back out there now, and 1st down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And Panthers trying to keep things going and perhaps with a score here set themselves up for a running clock. Trying to move this along perhaps, get out of here healthy and back to the drawing board and get your underclassmen a few more reps perhaps. All right, 1st and 10 from the 30. Vince Hale's in at fullback, and they fake it to him and come to the near side. Looking for room is Mekhi Clark. On the sweep, cuts it upfield, spins across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. Good work from Mekhi. Drives out to a 2nd down and about 2. Nice gain of 8 right there, and nice pull that time from Jackson Jeremiah to lead the way.
A couple of scores after 3. Downingtown East 42, Oxford 0. Perk Valley all over Methacton 35-3.
All right, some blowouts around District 1 tonight. Here, 2nd down and 2. Straight ahead, this is Ryan Henry. He bangs his way into the secondary. Ryan Henry out to the 47-yard line. 1st down, Strath Haven, as Henry picks up 9.
Also after 3, Springfield up on Pencrest 49-7.
Oh.
Okay, Springfield on all cylinders right now.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 here. Speaking of all cylinders, Panthers trying to put another one in the end zone here. They'll snap from the 46. Straight ahead goes Vince Hales. 1st and 10. Goes for another 1st down here across the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and Vince rips off a bunch. Give him about down to the 38-yard line here. Gain of 15 for Vince Hales. He's up to 42 yards on just 5 carries.
Thanks, Mike. You needed that.
All right. Wing to the near side, Ryan Henry. On 1st and 10, give is to Mekhi Clark with some running room across the 30-yard line. They'll put him down at the 30. And another gain of 8. Bryce Cohen, yet another tackle. He has been a very busy man for Radnor tonight. 13 tackles for number 24. Problem for Radnor is he's your free safety, and he's making tackles 8, 9, 10 yards or more downfield on many occasions. Here on 2nd and 2, this is Ryan Henry. 1st down yardage, 2 hands on the very wet football, and the Panthers pick up another 1st down to the 24-yard line. 7 more for Ryan Henry. And ball security, right? And at this point,
yeah. Listen, it's you hate to say it's been a very nice game for both teams relative to penalties, and
yeah.
I mean, Radnor's had its problem with snaps and stuff, but other than that, it's been a clean game.
5:18 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. Juggled snap from your lips to God's ears, Mike. It's been everything's clean,
go.
And there's a juggled handoff, but still, Mekhi Clark picks up 6 yards or 5. We'll call it a gain of 5 for Mekhi, and did well just to hang on to that one. All right. And again, Panthers with some depth here in the backfield. Good to see some different faces in there spelling guys who've had a lot of carries over the last few weeks. In the backfield, Vince Hales is your fullback. They give it to Ryan Henry on the sweep, gets a block from Jeremiah, cuts it back, and ducks inside the 15-yard line, near, and I believe has first down yardage. 7 more for Ryan Henry on the cutback. That'll move the chains one more time. All right. Garnet Valley leading Lower Merion now 10-2. There was a safety for Lower Merion. So that's a one-score game midway through the third quarter. Here, Strath Haven 40, Radnor 7, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. This is Vince Hales. Straight up the middle he goes and carries a tackler inside the 10 down to the 8. Gain of 5 more for Vince. And this is, again, very encouraging for the Panthers to get several ball carriers going here. Hale's just a junior, but my guess is he's in the mix next year as well to get some carries, and still a long way to go in this season. He's lined up at fullback again. Ryan Henry on second down. Cuts it back, ducks inside the 5 down to the 4.
Got tripped up a little bit there.
4 more for Ryan Henry, and it'll bring up 3rd and a yard. John Belleville on the stop for Radnor. And 3rd and a yard with 3:20 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Panthers can set up a running clock if they can punch it in here. 3rd and 1 from the 4. 2 tight ends. Wing to the right, Ryan Henry. And they give one more time. This is Mekhi Clark. The senior barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown for the first time since week 2. Mekhi Clark finds the end zone, and great to have him back. 4-yard run for the senior. Panthers with a chance now to go up by 40. Well, can't complain about that from the Panthers' offensive standpoint.
No, it's
ball spotted, kick is away. Milligan pounds it through. All right. Strath Haven 47. Radnor 7. 3:02 to go. We'll be back in just a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking to start an exciting career in the healthcare field? Then Keystone Quality Transport is looking for you. Keystone Quality Transport, the region's premier non-emergency medical transportation company, offers a full scholarship into a comprehensive emergency medical technician certification program. Would you like to obtain a National Registry Emergency Medical Technician certification and earn $20 per hour to start? Send an email to hr@kqthealth.com. Start your rewarding healthcare career today.
This is Keith Jackson reminding you you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
Strath Haven 47, Radnor 7 with 3:02 to play here in the third quarter. We have now a running clock circumstance. And it's been a while since the Panthers have had a circumstance like this, dating back to last year.
Yeah, we certainly haven't seen it in the first 5 games of this year. That's for certain.
So, Panthers will enjoy the fast clock here the rest of the way. High end over and kick, fielded again by Odoricio, looking for room off the right side, and Vince Sales says hello at the 35-yard line. Another good special teams tackle. He seems to make one or more of those every week, and Vince stops Odoricio in his tracks at the 35-yard line. So running clock now for the rest of the way. So this will stop on timeouts and scoring plays. Incomplete passes, the clock will continue to tick.
Yeah, and timeouts, injuries,
right,
obviously.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt Shaholski trying to get something going, a little momentum here for the Radnor offense. Slot to the near side for the first time is Henry Faragalli. All right, snap, stepping to the right side, deflected once again by Jahai Curtis. Well, that's another way to go. If your pass rush, if you're tall enough to do that,
right,
and you can't get home to the pass with the pass rush because they're doing a one-step drop, hey, get your hands in the passing lane, and Jai Curtis has done that on back-to-back plays here.
Yeah, and even if you don't knock it down, I mean, you're in a quarterback's face, your hands are up, it's tough to see.
So Shahulski, who started 5 for his first 9, is now 1 for his last 6 throwing it. Panther defense has made some adjustments indeed. 2nd down and 10. From the 34, Shahulski. Give inside is to Cohen. Not much running room. Panthers stiffen again defensively, and no gain for the senior. Cohen, a 3-year starter in the secondary, and seeing some offense as well. And, here we are with 3rd down and 10 already for Radnor, trying to avoid another 3 and out. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Cohen and Graham in the slot, and split to the Strath Haven sideline is number 22, Tyler Vitale. All right, now they're
end up with a penalty here. They
end up with a delay, or might be an official.
Oh, it is
switching
official.
out the football. Okay,
the biggest football problem I've ever seen for the officials.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So they switch out a dry football here, and they should reset the play clock. But in the meantime, 3rd down and 10. Shahulski looking out to his left to this near side, has a man out here. Vitale reaches up and grabs it. Good timing on the delivery, and Vitale does well to keep his footing. Finally wrestled to the ground.
Be interesting to see where
forward progress will give him the 45 and a 1st down. Marco Kaufman hangs on for the tackle. Nice delivery there from Shahulski. Vitale came out of his break, looked up, and the ball was on him.
Yep. That's the end of the quarter.
That will do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. And Radnor with a little bit of momentum and a 1st down when we come back. Stick with us. 4th quarter action coming up in a moment on havenfootball.net.
Looking for pre-K child care with an emphasis on learning? Ducklings Early Learning Center is available for children 6 weeks to 5 years old, within 1 block of Nether Providence Elementary School, on Moore Road in Wallingford. At Ducklings, our college-educated teachers create a safe, nurturing educational environment in our beautiful facility. Call Ducklings today for an appointment at 610-936-9400.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action here at Prevost Field. Strath Haven leading 47-7 as we start the 4th. Brian Carroll bringing you play-by-play. Mike Mayer, Andrew Kaufman, and Pete Fulgenetti joining here in the booth doing everything else, all the hard work. And hardest work of all in a blustery, breezy, rainy evening upstairs. Thanks again to Mike Clancy for all the great work on the camera.
He's the only one getting wet.
I know. We've got it easy here tonight. 1st down and 10 for Radnor as we start the 4th. They're at their own 46-yard line. Trips to the near side, single to the far side. Give is to Cohen. Looking for room off that left edge, and the Panthers string it out again. Ball came out. Scramble for it, and fortunate bounce for Radnor as it rolls out of bounds on that far sideline. So Panthers knocked the football loose, but it fumbled out of bounds. All right, some mass substitutions now for the Panthers. Mike Flanagan in on the defensive side of the ball. Marco Kaufman checks out. Also in the game, Ivan Lee at linebacker. And some guys that you'll most often see during the JV games on the Panthers side of the defense at the moment. Brady Nangle in at corner. And on 2nd down and about 5, Shahulski back to pass. Looking, he fires down the seam and is incomplete. Overshoots Bryce Cohen, who is open momentarily at or near the 30-yard line. Makai Clark has come into the game to shift it in as a free safety. Luke Mulhern in at linebacker wearing number 15. Ryan Henry in there at linebacker as well. Over on the far side, Bill Doherty at corner wearing number 11. And we'll get to the other linemen here momentarily. Sean O'Neill joins Alexi Gustafson and Mike Flanagan up front. 3rd down and about 7 for Radnor. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. High snap. Shaholski's got to scramble for it now. Bearing down quickly are 2 Panther defenders. Shaholski falls on top of it back at the 27-yard line. And high snap turns into a massive loss there for Radnor, back to their 27. Alexi Gustafson coming in hot with Sean O'Neill and Nick Faribaugh to make the stop. All right, so from the 27, 4th down and forever for Radnor, and the punt team comes on one more time. All right, Ben Milligan stands deep to return. On to kick it away, Noah Wampole. Clock ticks. 9:52 and counting to play here in regulation. Running clock circumstances with the Panthers leading by 40. Snap is a good one. Wampole lets it go. Side of his foot angling to the near sideline. And smart move by the Panthers to get away from this one. Takes a nice Radnor roll down to the Strath Haven 35. And that will get the Panther offense out onto the field. So, get some offensive substitutions here as well. Jai Curtis comes in to play some tight end. In at quarterback, the junior Caden Schuster wearing number 3. Gustafson is a tight end to the far side. Sean O'Neill stays in the game to play offensive tackle. In the backfield, looks like Lynn and Ryan Mudrick in the backfield. I'll check out that wing back in just a moment. On first down, this is Mudrick. Straight ahead, pushing his pile out to the 40-yard line. Gain of 5 for Mudrick. And it brings up 2nd down and 5. Number 52, Phil Collins in on the offensive line. Joined by Nick Faribaugh at guard. And number 18, that's somebody wearing a different number. I don't have an 18 on my roster. We'll have to get that fixed. All right, 2nd down and 5. From the 40-yard line, gives to Mudrick one more time. Off the right side, he's wrapped up by Belleville pretty quickly, but still picks up 3. Brings up 3rd down and 2. So, nice work here by some of the underclassmen getting some varsity time here for the first time this season in week 6. 8 minutes to go here in regulation. Strath Haven 47, Radnor 7. 3rd and 2 now from their own 43-yard line. Mudrick in the backfield. Turn and the give is off this near side. Diving forward for first down yardage is number 8, Ryan Henry. And that will move the chains after a gain of 3. Henry up to 30 yards on 5 carries. And some good senior leadership in there to join the underclassmen as well. Panthers now just 7.5 minutes from moving to 6-0. 2 tight ends, wing to the near side. Juggled snap here, scramble for it. Let's see. I don't know. Did the Panthers recover that? Yeah, I guess they did, and somehow managed 2 yards. So, it looked like Mudrick maybe came up with the fumble. Maybe. Still no signal. No. Nice job, number 54, Mike Flanagan. Flanagan came up with it. They gained 2. So, 2nd down and 8. So, when it's going your way, it's going your way.
I was going to say that. I said, Radnor just can't get a break.
Goodness gracious. All right, 2nd down and 8. Panthers will try again. Same formation, 2 tight ends, wing to the right. And this is Nathan Lynn with room off the right side momentarily. And then collared at the 49-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and about 5. So Lynn picks up 3. 3rd and 5 from the Radnor side of the 50 at the 49. We'll try to get you score updates as we move along here. Garnet Valley still hanging on to a 10-2 lead with 8:50 to go in regulation down in Glen Mills. Split end to the far side. Wing to the near side. Schuster turns and gives to Mudrick, who leans out to the 46-yard line. Will bring up 4th down and 2 or so. Mudrick picks up a couple. And Dorchery on the stop. And Panthers will go for it, try to keep this clock moving and ball in hand. Jordan Alexander checks in at tight end. 4th and 2. Schuster's going to keep it himself, drive the pile forward, and has himself a first down. Well, that quarterback sneak has become awful popular in this Philadelphia area,
I was
hasn't
going to
it?
say, all over Philly area, right? It's a Philly thing.
Yeah, I guess so. So Schuster picks up 4 and a first down. All right. New set of downs here for the Panthers. Lynn, wing to the near side with 5 minutes to go. On 1st and 10. This is Henry for maybe a yard. Maybe a yard at most here. And nice tackle right there by Quinn Conway, junior linebacker.
Yeah, maybe no gain.
Call it no gain. Second down and 10 upcoming. Strath Haven, 450 total yards, 411 of it on the ground. All right. So they'll snap it again. 2nd down and 10 this time.
How tall is Schuster?
He is, well,
listed
get
at
that in a minute.
6'4".
6'4", and now here's another scramble for it, and it got a little tied up with Mudrick, and bad exchange on the snap. They did well to secure it, but still no gain. All right, so Flanagan and Schuster had trouble with the snap there. Mudrick did well just to hang on for dear life. And now, Panthers 3rd down and 10. I'm sure would rather not have their defense return to the field tonight. But with still 3:50 and counting to play, need a couple of positive plays. Alexander, tight end to the far side. On 3rd and 10, Schuster give off the left side. This is Henry, who leans across the 35 and is awfully close to first down
I think
yardage.
he's got it.
Good, tough running. If they put him down to 33, I think that'll move it. No, they didn't give him the
yard. Yeah.
4th and a yard.
4th and a yard. So 9 more for Ryan Henry. 4th and a yard, and the Panthers now. It wouldn't shock me to see another sneak here. Panthers trying to get one more push. 4th and 1, Radnor would like the football back one more time. Schuster takes the snap off the left side. This is Henry. Explodes into the secondary. 30, 20, pulling away and ridden down out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Gain of 25 for Ryan Henry, a career high running the football here. 64 yards. And Henry has them set up 1st and goal to go at the 9. Wow.
Yeah, it's you almost want them to start taking knees at this stage of the game. But, on the other hand, they're JV players. They'd like to score a varsity game.
Lower Merion has scored a touchdown but missed the 2-point conversion. Garnet Valley 10, Lower Merion 8.
Oh, really?
With 8 minutes to go.
Well, that's plenty of time if they get anything going.
All right, here we go. Schuster and the offense at the 9. 1st and goal to go. Wing to the far side is Quinn Kell. In the backfield, this is Nathan Lynn. Looking for room off the right side, cuts it back and wiggles down near the 5. Nice work by Nate Lynn, picking up 4 more. Clock continues to tick. We're inside of 2 minutes to play in regulation. Valuable time here for a lot of your JV guys in this 4th quarter. This is how Strath Haven helped build that dynasty back decades ago, where you'd get a big lead and get a lot of guys a lot of experience on Friday nights. 2nd and goal to go from the 5. Caden Schuster turns, gives. This is right up the middle. Mudrick pounds his way into the end zone for his first varsity touchdown. Ryan Mudrick, the fullback, in from the 5. 53-7, extra point pending. All right. It's been all Strath Haven, to say the least, tonight.
Yeah, we've been hearing lots of the comments about, gee, they're not scoring a lot, they're not this a lot. Well, tonight that all stopped.
Ian Gallagher on for the extra point. Ball spotted, kick is away, plenty of leg, and Ian Gallagher punches through his first extra point of the night. Strath Haven, 54, Radnor 7, clock continuing to run. 49 seconds, 48 seconds. I guess we'll keep it right here. Usually they stop it on scoring plays, but I guess
maybe they decided not
maybe
to.
They said, all right, we'll just get one more kickoff. Radnor get one more crack at it. We'll see. Or not. Clock continues to run. 30 seconds, 29 seconds. I don't know if Radnor wants to. Yeah, okay, there we go. They're going to set up for one more kick return at the very least. All right, so running clock means an extra fast game here tonight.
Yep.
12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds. They may not need to kick this. I'm not sure.
If I were Strath Haven, I wouldn't bother.
I don't know why you'd put anybody at risk with 2 seconds, 1 second. That will do it. Panthers will finish strong. Pitch the shutout in the second half. 54-7 is your final as the Panthers rack up nearly 500 yards of offense on a rainy night in Radnor. All right, stick with us. We'll be back in just a moment. Glad you're listening live or on the archive. Be back here for a quick wrap-up and preview of next week on havenfootball.net.
Your car is probably your second biggest investment, and AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven wants to keep that investment in tip-top shape. AMF Auto Clinic has been maintaining automobiles since 1961, and they take pride in their work and in keeping your car in perfect running order. From inspections to general maintenance and repair, you can trust your auto investment to AMF Auto Clinic in Brookhaven. Call for an appointment today at 610-872-2167.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, where high school football never sounded so good, right here at havenfootball.net.
Welcome back to Prevost Field, our favorite part of the evening. Win or lose, the Strath Haven Panthers players and coaches come salute the band right here in front of us. And outstanding tradition here. And again, so far this year, they've all had smiles. So 6-0 are the Panthers, unblemished after a 54-7 victory tonight over Radnor. Well, next week, on the road at Garnet Valley, who is struggling right now to hold a 2-point lead against Lower Marion. And we'll see. I mean, week to week, this league is hard to figure. Garnet barely got past Haverford. Strath Haven barely got past Pencrest. Pencrest lost by mercy rule tonight to Springfield. Haven comes back and beats Springfield. Marple all over the board. A shutout loss to Springfield follows a shutout win over Ridley. You're just gonna have to keep coming back and watching every week, Mike.
Yeah, you got to follow the website. We'll let you know who's winning and who's losing, and certainly the Delco Times helps a lot too. But yeah, it's a heck of a season for Central League this year, and it's I don't think it's going to get any different. I don't see anybody pulling away. I think next week is going to be a war between Garnet Valley and Strath Haven. I don't care what the scores were tonight. They're going to come after each other in a big way because it could, in fact, be for bragging rights for Central League Championship. And they're going to – they won't leave anything on the table next week, that's for sure.
That's for sure indeed. Strath Haven will be in the Road Whites 7 days from now. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff for the Panthers taking on the defending 6A champs from a year ago at Garnet Valley and Central League co-champs. Of course, the Panthers and Jaguars did not play last year. Of all years not to play. Boy, would that have been a fun game. But they'll try it next week, 7 days from now, and we hope you join us right here on havenfootball.net. For Mike Clancy, fantastic job on the camera as always. Thanks to everybody at Radnor for getting us set up here in the booth. Andrew Kaufman, Pete Fulgenetti, wonderful job as always with the stats, spotting, engineering, and halftime chatter. And Mike Mayer doing everything else on the website. So thankful for all of his effort every day and every week. So we'll sign off one more time. Strath Haven 54, Radnor 7. This is Brian Carroll signing off till next Friday night. Good night, everybody, and great football.
This video and audio broadcast is copyrighted by havenfootball.net Incorporated for the private use of our audience. Any other use of these broadcasts or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without a havenfootball.net Incorporated's expressed written permission is prohibited.
This is Merrill Reese, voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're listening to high school football right here on havenfootball.net.
This internet broadcast has been a production of havenfootball.net Incorporated. All rights are reserved. Thanks for watching and good night.